it is a store that has sat in the heart of Chinatown for more than 100 years. But Tosi and Company, which has sold Italian goods for a long time, is up for sale. And the owner isn't all that happy about it. In a nutshell, he says his business is costing him too much money. And Camille Karamali is here to explain why that is. So Camille, start by backing us up. This is a store with a lot of history.
It does have a lot of history. So Angelo Tosi owns the store now, but his dad bought it way back when in 1906 when he first moved to Canada from Italy. And the two-story building sells all sorts of Italian goods from olive oil, cheeses, pasta, much of it made from scratch or bought over directly from Italy. He says all of those goods are now too expensive to purchase. But another part of the problem is here in Vancouver. His property tax has shot up to an unaffordable rate. Tosi says he's absolutely gutted to have to sell the place.
It's a little sad. Of course it's sad. It's like anything, right? I put my whole life in here, so it's a sadness.
So as you can imagine, Main Street in Chinatown is prime real estate these days. So Tosi's property tax has jumped up quite a bit in the past 5 years. Let's have a look at the figures according to Tosi's books. So in 2011, it was almost $23,000. Now in 5 years, it's jumped up to more than $61,000. Tosi says with that big boost in property taxes, he'll barely be breaking even these days. And in fact, he's pretty sure he'll be losing money.
Yeah, and Camille, he says he's, devastated by the fact that he's going to have to sell. I suspect his customers who've been going there for a long time, they must have a lot to say too.
That's right. So I had a chance to speak with a few of his customers. They are, as you said, absolutely devastated. And we know about this battle, shall we say, happening in Chinatown, where there are some people who want to keep Chinatown the way it is now with the traditional infrastructure and the Chinese culture within the buildings there. But there are also others that are okay with the high-rises coming in and, in fact, want those high-rises to come in. But at least his customers say they want to keep Tosi's building the way it is in its traditional format, preferably with Tosi still in it.
I'm just a migrant, but I really appreciate the culture, and it's very sad to see all the buildings still go. Because this is our history, young city, but it still has a history, and this is one of the premium.
So, Camille, something just occurred to me that maybe there's a silver lining in this, in the sense that if Tosi's property taxes have gone up by as much as they have, I mean, he might make a killing from the sale, no?
That's right. He says he wants to sell the building to the highest bidder. It doesn't matter what the buyer plans to do with the building. He says in terms of a store, he may relocate to Burnaby or even retire. And Andrew, he can definitely afford to do that. The property he's sitting on now is worth more than $5 million.
Okay, we'll wait to see what happens. Camille, thanks a lot.